Greetings, YouTube. As of today, it is the 17th of October, and the No Kings protests starting up tomorrow on the 18th, have not yet happened. So I actually don't know the fallout of this weekend. But running up to the protests, there have been a whole lot of people who seem to be pro-king. They seem to want a lifelong leader that never goes away and bestows his power upon the person that comes in next in his bloodline. Technically, that would be his eldest son. Would that be Junior? I think. So he would be king next, I guess. Technically, J.D. Vance, of course, would just be nothing but an advisor. Uh, though I don't know if he'd be able to fit that into his busy schedule. What with humping sofas, um, and it baffles me how the Redcaps have jumped on so fervently to the idea that they want a king. One of the best memes I've seen over this whole debacle that's going on, the authoritarian rise in America, how all the Redcaps have just become boot-licking toadies, all really happy to have a fascist boot on the back of their necks. They seem to like that. But it was a meme that showed the flag of Antifa, so that it would be easy to identify those that were actively engaged in the No Kings protests. And of course, the flag of Antifa was just the U.S. flag, because the U.S. flag is the symbol of No Kings. Because we had a revolution about that. Now, it wasn't the original flag. I admit the current flag is not the original flag, but it is still representative of the country that rebelled against a king. It's a theme when it came to the British Empire. Lots of folks have rebelled against them. In fact, no other country has created so many Independence Days as has the British Empire. But apparently the Redcaps want a king, and they don't seem to understand that the American flag, as it is today, is a no king's flag. They also don't seem to understand that Antifa is not an organization. It has no leaders, and it just means anti-fascist. That's it. Just anti-fascist. And so if you were opposed to Antifa, that means you're pro-fascist. Now, I'm sure you don't want to admit that to yourself, because that would probably make you feel bad. And Redcaps do want to do anything they can possibly do to avoid feeling bad, because making a Redcap feel bad is the worst crime possible. If you actually make them face their own particular foibles and fears and anxieties, that's the worst thing you can do. It's like why they feel if you call them a bigot or a fascist, that's the worst thing you can do. Much worse, in fact, than them being a bigot or a fascist. They quite happily will be a bigot or a fascist, so long as you don't point it out to them, so they don't have to confront it, because they don't want to do that. So maybe that's why they're embracing the pro-king position. I don't know. But yeah, we don't need kings, and I hope the protests go well, and I hope that there are just legions of people in inflatable frog suits